GM. Welcome back to Noun O'Clock, live at the Noun Square. I'm Robot Fish Girl. We're watching the end of the auction for Noun 1348. This beautiful island we got yesterday with those teal noggles. If you want to check out the end of the auction with us, you can go to nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf. That's nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf. While you're at it, you can check out Nomo now, number 1348. This talking cow we got yesterday for just 0.00069 ETH. It can be yours. That's only $265 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding artists on chain, the Nouniverse, and beyond. Speaking of the Yellow Collective, currently sitting at only 0.01 ETH. We've got Collective now number 424. That auction ends in 4 minutes and 23 seconds. So if you want to go check that out, yellowcollective.xyz, place to be. But we've only got 1 minute left on this Nouns auction. 55 seconds left, actually. Currently sitting at 255 as the top bid. Nouns have usually been going for about 2.7, but not sure what we're going to get for this one. We will see. Top bid from that 0x1A2D. We are in a bit of an awkward time zone-wise, so I think we are probably going to keep tonight to be a pretty light show, since there's not much happening other than all of the pending props that we have. So we're probably just going to do our shenanigans, go over proposals briefly, and then call it a night, because it is 3 o'clock in the morning. For me, anyway. 15 seconds left on that timer. It's imminently going to be too late for another bid to come in, so if you're not there already, nounoclock.live, nomo.wtf. Does look like we're going to be playing the feud pretty soon. And there it is. You know what time it is. It is for Janky FOMO. If you've been here before, you know the drill, but just in case you haven't, give it now a thumbs up if you like it, a thumbs down if you don't. If nobody settles it before us, then when we get enough thumbs ups on an auction noun, that is, or on a noun, that's going to be the noun that's on auction for the next 24 hours. So we will see what we get. Pretty good robotic vending machine there. Truck door. This feels like a noun that is like a truck door hotline. I don't know if that makes any sense, but when Trogdor attacks, this is the noun you call. Got a garlic from Mars. I actually don't dislike this one. I gave it a thumbs down, but it's pretty good looking, not gonna lie. That is the second phone in a row, nounish phone. I don't know if any of you know about Call-in Oats. I've mentioned it on this show before. Once again, if you're not there already, nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf is where you want to be. But seeing those phone things, the phone nouns, reminded me about Call-in Oats, which if you're in the States and you call 719-26 OATES. That's 719-26 OATES. Ooh, dinosaur under a Christmas tree. That's pretty good. It's the Call-in Oats hotline. As far as I'm aware, it's still around. You literally hit a number and get like a Call-in Oats song. You could pick like one of 4, I think. That's all it does. It does nothing else. Oh, we got another island. Somebody really likes these islands. All right, now it's time for Nomo. If you're not there already, nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf. You're going to see all of these nouns arrayed before you. You're going to pick your favorite from among them.
Choose your character.
Spam click with all your might every 10 seconds. Half of them are eliminated until we're left with just one. That's going to be the Nomo noun of the day. If you can, make sure to sign in with your wallet or your clicks will not be counted. That's right, sign in with your wallet or your clicks will not be counted. We've got 26 seconds left on this countdown. Couple good ones in here. I really like that Pride Needy. The Dino Tree. It's pretty good. I'll save the dino tree, go with a safety snake, and that pride needy I have to. Get the Nounish hotline too. Oh, I couldn't save it. That's alright. Oh, vending machine is actually... We were talking about vending machine nouns recently. Might be a prop for that going up pretty soon. I'm gonna save the dino tree. Looks like we're gonna get these for the snake, the chip, the robot vending machine, and the dino tree. Once again, if you're noticing that your clicks are not working, nounoclock.live, nomo.wtf, sign in with your wallet, or your clicks will not be counted.
Final round. Safety Snake versus Robo Vending Machine. Who will win? Who will lose? 3, 2, 1, fight!
Does look like it's entirely up to me for this night, but that's okay. That tends to happen on these awkward evening times.
Robo Vending Machine wins. Fatality.
Alright, we got what I personally think is a very good-looking Nomo noun. If you want to pick it up for the next 24 hours, it's up as an open edition for just 0.00069 ETH. That is 265 USD. 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasury, which goes to funding artists on-chain, the Nouniverse, and beyond. Speaking of the Yellow Collective, congratulations, Helia.eth, for picking up another collective noun, a existing Yellow Collective member. I was thinking of bidding on this one, but I have more nouns than Helia, so figured it made sense for her to take that one home. And my transaction doesn't seem to be working. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. And collective noun number 425 is going to be a... Come on, load. It's a yellow square so far. A folder. Oh, it's such a good one, too. Oh my god, that's fantastic. Collective noun number 425 is a fantastic folder. It's got the yellow background, that clean black shirt. If you want to pick up this collective noun number 425, it is on auction for the next 24 hours. You're going to have to outbid me, though, because I'm literally bridging to base right now so that I can bid on this noun. Because that is beautiful. Fantastic. All right. We got a folder as our yellow collective noun number 425. The yellow collective, right? Nutno's in the YouTube chat saying, very good one. I agree. The Yellow Collective is an on-chain club devoted entirely to funding artists in the Nouniverse and beyond, and at minimum we have done so. We've got that noun that is devoted entirely to that. We're going to be working on delegations for that pretty soon. When I say it is an on-chain club and not a DAO, I do say that advisedly. It is an on-chain club. It is sufficiently decentralized, but not entirely. So I always find that that's really important to tell people, is that it's close to decentralized. It's semi-decentralized, but we do, the collective nounders do use that treasury to support artists directly without going through DAO governance. Sometimes we go through DAO governance. It all depends on, essentially how heavy the ask is and how fast we need to. Well, FOMO hasn't, it's sort of been fast. We haven't been able to play FOMO, really. We haven't settled a FOMO noun in like a month at this point. But that's okay. There's nothing we can really do about it, so that's what's been happening. But we have been able to play Nomo nouns, so that's what's going on there. But yeah, that's the Yellow Collective. We've also got a fantastic Cabal chat over on Warpcast and a super active Yellow Collective channel if you want to go check that out. It is literally just Warpcast yellow/yellow, and you'll find all of this awesome stuff over here. We're constantly doing art submissions. Like, we've got one an art round up right now, actually, over on Rounds. If you go to rounds.wtf, you'll be able to find it. The Yellow Collector Art Contest. Art contest with friends in 5 with 2,000 USDC up for grabs. So 1K is going through Rounds. And you can see all of the details over here on this Notion. So if you want to check that out, it is pretty much everywhere, but it's mostly pinned on Rounds. So rounds.wtf is where you want to go to get any of that information. Speaking of Rounds, that Nouns Animators Fight round only has 5 days left. We have got some incredible submissions so far. Brett usually would be here to talk about it. I think he's traveling at the moment, but the fight theme is just so good for animating movement. And the incredible animators that we have in the Nouns ecosystem have really been showing. I mean, look at this. It's ridiculous. I know this has got to be, yeah. They've done yellow animations before. Our very own Brett has an animation in this category as well. Roach versus Bee. There's a couple other ones. Yeah, I really, really like this G Fox animations. I love this style. This sort of like minimalist anime style is so my shit. This one about inner demons. This was the first one that was submitted, actually. Some Rock'em Sock'em robots, which apparently you're supposed to turn sound on from Tomba Animation. And stop motion, like look at this shit. It's incredible. So go scroll through these yourself. I'm not going to show them all up on the stream. I don't want to take attention away from people, but go check them out on Warpcast and like the posts if you want to vote for them in this round. Not everybody is eligible to have their votes counted as votes in this, but you should spread the word about them anyway. Repost the ones that you really like. It will always help them, increase their standing in those rounds. And it's a 1 ETH prize pool, so nothing to sneeze at. First prize at the moment is getting 0.15 ETH. That is huge, especially given how ETH has been, sort of inconsistently climbing at the moment, but climbing nonetheless. There's also Play with Nouns on the Nouns Amigos. They're always doing cool things. Base builds on rounds.wtf is a round-sponsored round with 2 ETH up for grabs just for building on base. So definitely going to want to check those out, rounds.wtf, for more information. Let's go talk about some proposals. Does look like the Nouns musical, oh my god, there's 3 short. Ends in 16 hours, 117 to 47. Oh, hell yeah. Shark DAO voted for with 6 nouns. Nom Nom Musicals. Love to see that. Oh, it logged out of my Warpcast. There we go. 9999 posted one of my favorite vote with reasons ever. If we can't help a mustard rebel set off on a journey with a ketchup princess, what are we even doing? Keep nouns weird, y'all. Yeah, I love to see all of the support for this. I've wanted this so long. I'm surprised Nouncil voted against, but it looks like it stands a very strong chance of passing even without, obviously I voted for it, but I'm a shameless theater kid, so. But actually, I'm probably shameless because I'm a theater kid. Those might be related. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, go and check this out. Even if you don't have any nouns to vote with it, the bunch of people are leaving 0 weight vote with reasons. And those are valuable for voters. And I say this as one myself. Seeing 0 weight vote with reasons, at least for me, I consider them almost more valuable than people who already have nouns, who are already invested in the project. Because if you are not already invested in the project on a governance level, and you are still getting involved, and then that shows that this is something that you care about. one way or another, which is super, super valuable data. Um, and it's a great way to get involved and have your voice heard. And people do read those vote with reasons. They are not just there. I mean, not everybody does. Some people, like I know Prof prefers not to read them until after she's voted, but I I know a lot of people, go through all of the vote with reasons there if they're unsure on a proposal. So, making your voice heard on chain is very important, and this is a great way to do that, even if you do not have any voting power in Nouns. So, very much recommend. You can go do that at nouns.camp, which is the front end that I use, or on Agora, or your Nounage front end of choice. There's a whole bunch out there. You can go to nouns.world to find more. But that is the only ongoing prop at the moment. It does look like the Auction House V3 upgrade has been locked in. It is no longer available to be edited, and that starts in just 9 hours. So by tomorrow, we're going to be seeing some activity on that. If you don't know about the Nouns V3 upgrade, basically Nouns voted in favor of becoming a Duna instead of the current Cayman Island Foundation. And as part of that, the fork mechanism was no longer legal, essentially. And this is the replacement for minority protection. Basic summary without getting into all of the heavy-duty details. Now, once this is activated, once the Auction House V3 is activated, the way that Nouns auctions work now, some people might not know this, so I think it's valuable to talk about every now and again. The way auctions work right now is when somebody wins the Nouns auction, their winning vote goes through. They then settle the auction. When somebody settles the auction, 100% of those the winning bid goes into the treasury from the auction contract. The noun goes from the auction contract to the winner's wallet, and you're done basically. Oh, and the next noun is created. The way this is going to work is the winning bids will now be going into an escrowed stream where 20% of the winning bid will go directly to the treasury immediately. But after that, 80% of that winning bid is going to be in this stream that is going to slowly trickle into the treasury over the span of about 2.5 years. A little less than that, actually. And the way that this works as minority protection is if, for whatever reason, that individual who has bid on and won their noun is no longer interested in being part of the project, they can at any time essentially burn their noun to get whatever remaining escrowed funds there are out of that escrowed contract. So it's essentially that will slowly decrease over time. So the longer you hold on to your noun, the less likely you are to be able to get anything back from it. And after like 2.5 years, there's no point in you leaving. But I personally am a big fan of this. I like it so much better than the fork, but I know that opinions are divided on that. So, to each their own. I personally, though, this was probably the biggest reason I was in favor of the tuna, was to get rid of the fork and have this instead. Mostly just because it kills ARB opportunities, which is so important after what happened. Anyway, Prop 709, resubmission of Prop 702, the Nouns Piggy Bank. This was supposed to pass. There was a voting error. We'll see if it passes this time. But this proposal is not any different from the one before. I've been talking to Ishal about this quite a bit, actually, and he's really excited to hopefully start working on this soon. So we'll see how that goes. Noggelsvord V2, we've talked about this briefly, but this is a proposal to essentially make nounish skateboards and surfboards. I have mixed feelings about this one. It does feel, Brett put it best, it feels like it's two different proposals that are lumped together into a single prop. So I don't know how to feel about that, but otherwise, I think it's pretty neat. So Noggelsboard V2, I would be very much in favor of the skateboard prop. I don't know about the surfboard prop, and I'm saying this as a surfer and not a skater. But we'll see how it goes. My feedback might be that it would be valuable to split it up into two different proposals and let us choose one or the other. Because right now it feels like even though I want to vote yes on the skateboard prop, I'm gonna probably abstain just because I'm not a fan of the surfboard one. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. NNS Labs Season 3, the final act. They Dom and team have taken so much feedback on this and incorporated it. So far, it seems like the reception has been somewhat mixed, but we will see how things go. Dom is really hopeful that this will pass. We've been talking about this to some degree in DMs, and just, because we talk in DMs all the time, but just casually, so we'll see what happens. But yeah. Then one noun to Nouns Amigos. If you don't know about Nouns Amigos, they are a fantastic... They actually were founded about a week after us here at the Noun Square. And they have been a Latin community in nouns for the longest time. And this is them trying to get a noun for their own. They have nouns delegated to them that they have been voting with. They have, weekly meetings that have an incredible turnout, and they've done some really incredible things locally within their community on behalf of nouns. So I am a huge fan of Nouns Amigos. When they had the 3-noun thing, I wasn't sure. They did ask for the 3 amigos before, but this time they've lowered the ask down to just 1 noun. That's all they're asking for. 1 noun to be able to do governance with. That is their very own. They don't have to rely on delegation. And it is a very particular noun, Noun 566. If you don't know the story behind this noun, they originally thought that this noun was a donkey. They thought it was a burro, and so it's not. It's a kangaroo. But they thought it was a burro, and so they made their logo this trait, and then found out that that's not what it is. You can actually see it over on Browns. This is Nouns Amigos, and you can see they made their own donkey head after they realized that the kangaroo was not in fact a burro, but it still has a pleasant history for them. So it's nice to see them ask for that, and yeah, it's pretty simple. They just reduce the ask down to 1. Which I think a lot of people have said they would be in favor of. I'm in favor of it. And they're just looking to maintain engagement and voting, and having their very own noun is a way to ensure that they can continue to do that instead of relying on people delegating nouns. If this doesn't go through, I might delegate my noun to them, honestly. Why didn't they propose that? I don't know. You know what? Actually, yes, I do. There has been feedback from a lot of nouners that I personally don't agree with. That heads that are traits that are in other collections, so like if it's in, or that are in other collections that are not originally from nouns. So, like the custom NARS noggles, or any of the Yellow Collective heads, or stuff like that. If it's in an existing collective, this actually kicked in when we were talking about the squirt gun from Yellow. People were saying that because it's in a different collection, because it identifies with a different thing, that they don't want to see it in the main nouns collection. I don't personally agree with that. I am the opposite. I think if it is from an established collection, then we should absolutely be looking into incorporating it, because nouns is not just the main DAO. Nouns is the entire nouns ecosystem. But I am apparently in the minority on that. So I think I am 90% sure that is why they have not submitted the burro head as a trait through like Noundry or whatever. And also because I'm not sure if the palette matches the nouns palette. I don't think it's built in, so they might have to alter it before they can submit it anyway, even if they were inclined to, which I don't believe they are. Anyway, yeah, that's Nouns Amigos. And with that done, yeah, I know I am not alone in my thoughts, and thank you for agreeing with me, but I do believe that we are in the minority on that one. At least based on the feedback that we got on when Brett submitted the it'll come to me, the squirt gun trait. A lot of people were like, this is already in another collection, it shouldn't be announced. Again, not my viewpoint, but I do understand where they're coming from. I think they're wrong, but I understand where they're coming from. I I don't hold it against them. I think it's just a difference in opinion on, you know, how to treat nouns as sacred. In my brain, the DAO, the centralized DAO is important. The main nouns DAO is what, you know, needs to be its own thing, but the thing that makes it its own thing is its decentralized nature and all of the sub-communities that make it what it is. But a lot of other people are like, no, it should be the origin point, and then everything else should be taken from nouns. So things should be submitted to nouns first, and then if something is, you know, after it's been submitted to nouns, it's CC0, then another, you know, collection can take it. But, you know, if it is going to be in multiple collections, it should be in nouns first. I understand that viewpoint. I don't think that they are necessarily wrong. I think that it makes a lot of sense. I don't agree with them, but I do get it. But anyway, that's kind of it. We haven't had much going on other than, you know, everybody's been in the nouns channel has been talking about the what's it called? Oh, Nouns on Spotify, yeah, and the musical. It's been pretty much monopolizing everybody's attention, which is a good sign. There's a bunch of Verbs merch that is apparently coming out soon. Saw that earlier. This ridiculous ass animation. It's so fucking good. Oh man, I love these animation styles. That's like a Dulcian move, right? That was some Street Fighter shit.
Yoga fire!
Yeah. Wait, is there sound on that? Was I right? No, there's no sound. Okay. But yeah, a lot of stuff about the Nouns musical. If nothing else, they know how to campaign. Goddamn. This is also fun. They did a mini cat shelter activation. Look at the baby! Okay, I'm done. But other than that, I think that is all she wrote. It's 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, so I think I'm gonna call it there. But I do want to say thank you to everybody for coming to Noun O'Clock Live at the Noun Square. Once again, I am Robot Fish Girl. We're gonna be back here tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, about 3 a.m. EST. It's 3:30 a.m. on a Sunday at the moment. We're gonna be back here tomorrow, 3 a.m. EST. Until then, don't forget to check out Nomo Noun number 1348 at nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf. That's nomo.wtf. Other than that, check out the Yellow Collective Noun. I'm going to be bidding on this very shortly. Collective Noun at number 425, this beautiful copy folder. Just put it on your desktop. If you don't want to bid on it, RCSA that shit. It's CC0, do it. It's fun. I've genuinely, on my desktop, I've got this folder replacing the default folder icon on Windows. Because I have the original trait, and it's so good. But other than that, don't forget to vote on proposals, especially that Nouns musical prop. It ends in 16 hours. It only needs 3 more 4 votes. It's already at max against quorum, so as long as it gets 3 or more votes, it is good to pass. Get those in as soon as you can. Ends in 16 hours. Other than that, that's all she wrote. Thanks for coming to Noun O'Clock Live at the Noun Square. We will see you tomorrow. This track is called Late Night Jazz by Grammatic by